by the way, this is with the disability that I have, the ADHD, which I actually think is a blessing. The worst thing you can do is make me watch all these amazing, incredible people do speech after speech. And inside, I'm literally having a panic attack because I know I'm going last, and there's no way to beat that. So, thank you. And before I go back to the speech that I wrote, I actually wanted to say something outside of the paper. I'm here with my friend Melissa, who said something earlier that was incredibly sweet. She said, I have never been in a room full of so many honest, sincere, and loving people. And I totally agree and concur with her, and thank you for this experience. As well as earlier, I got an opportunity, which was a pure honor, to be at the lab school. And to be honest, I am a little bit jealous because I didn't have that experience when I went to school, when I went to high school. And in my opinion, we should have schools like labs all over the country. This is the way education should be, an everyday school activity. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to my paper because I'm still having a panic attack inside. I wanted to thank Michelle and everybody at the lab school for giving me the opportunity to share my personal story with you all. And I appreciate the opportunity to be invited here today to this magnificent event and being honored here tonight. Let me just start off with some statistics, which I'm sure most of you know. $50 billion is the estimated cost of illness in the United States. Billion, not million. And approximately 11 million children in the US between the ages of 4 and 17 have been diagnosed with ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. However, I would disagree that this is a disability. Some of the biggest influences in the world, present and past, have had this blessing. Richard Branson, who I had the privilege of meeting when I was invited to one of his world meetings on his Necker Island, which is in the British Virgin Islands, has ADHD. Jim Carrey, who we all love, has ADHD. Ryan Gosling, who we all love in a very different way, has ADHD. So I was born, let's take it back, I was born in the Ukraine. Now we all know where that is due to the news, thank you very much. Before that, people were like, is that in the Eastern Bloc? Yes. So in the Ukraine, ADHD was never discovered or is something that has been treated as a disorder. The generalized treatment for a child with ADHD was a smack on the head that usually cured it for the next 5 minutes. That was the cure that I would get most of the time. When I moved to the United States, I turned 14 literally 2 days before we moved to the States to New York, and I came straight to the Bronx, and I was attending high school. And that's where I felt my ADHD to the maximum. I would always get in trouble for not paying attention. I had difficulty taking tests, even though I knew everything, and I would read the question over and over again. I knew all the words, but I couldn't put them together. Time management was horrible. To this day, it still is, but I'm working at it every day. And sitting still was close to impossible. One of my school counselors suggested to my parents that I need to get tested. It was a devastating and life-turning moment when I heard the doctor say that I have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I knew that life was not going to be the same. I knew it was going to be difficult, and every single day was going to be a challenge. But what I didn't realize, that if there is a way for me to figure out how to control it, it was going to turn into one of my biggest blessings. I knew the strength of ADHD, the advantages, were ability to work better under pressure, ability to turn chaos into order. I was very ambitious. I wanted everything to the fullest, fulfill every single dream. I was a hard worker. No job was big enough. Sleep was all relative. I'll sleep sometime later. Thinking several steps ahead and seeing the bigger picture. Multitasking, by the way, multitasking, I think, is something that every woman knows how to do the best way possible. Has nothing to do with ADHD. Multitasking is something we all do every single day. Dedication, detail orientation, solution-based thinking, intuition, visionary, witty, charismatic, risk-taking, generous. The list goes on and on and on. These are qualities that were built into my character because of the adversity of being diagnosed with ADHD. All of these attributes showcase that ADHD doesn't have to be a hindrance, but rather a blessing. One of the most important aspects that I saw today at the lab school is that it's not just teaching the kids how to be better at what they're already great, how to cope with things that they're struggling with, but also educating their parents how to help children, how to talk to them, how to teach them what they have to do every single day. And I have to thank my parents for understanding that I actually had something that I struggled with and giving me that strength every single day to push forward and continue achieving my dreams, going after them. I am honored to be here today, and I am proud to say that I have found a way to make ADHD work for me and not limit me in my everyday life. I'm speaking here today to show you my support, and I hope you will support this school because it's absolutely amazing, and I wish I could go back and do it all over again here in the lab school by donating, by buying the auction items, and I think there might be a little surprise at the very end, which I really hope some of you are gonna bet on, because if not, my feelings are gonna get hurt. At this note, thank you very much. Thank you for this honor. It's been absolutely an incredible day, and I couldn't thank you enough for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.